Hello everyone, it's Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I'm doing a little baby one. Whenever I make anything, I put it up on my Instagram account. And I forgot that my Instagram is connected to my Facebook. So every time I put anything up on Instagram, it goes onto Facebook. And I started getting messages. Some of them friends that I know that live local and that, and other ones have started asking. I said I am not taking orders, but there's been quite a few have been asking about little cardigans for new babies, so I said I don't mind, I'll do some little small baby ones and put them on my shop, and you can all fight amongst yourselves for them, because I am not taking orders. There's just far too many, I just cannot do it. But these little ones don't take very long. I've already done, this is a little rosebud lace one. You know, it's all in one, this one. But I'm going to do this is a 16-inch one. I'm going to do an 18-inch and a 20-inch. I already have a PDF for this one. But I'm going to make another PDF, and I'm going to place this one, the 18-inch and the 20-inch one, all like this, all the back and front's all in one, and the rosebud lace, and do a PDF for the 3 sizes, because I do have they're all single patterns, the other ones. I do have a 22, a 24 and a 28. And I think I'll do a 26 and put all those 4 onto a PDF pattern instead of all the single ones. I was just trying all these things out for, at first, the PDFs and that. And I'm sort of managing to work my way around them to do them. But anyway, so I'm knitting this, gonna do these little ones. This is the one of the balls I got from Jan. I'm going to do an 18-inch in this, in the pale green. I think this was yes, it was Jan that sent this. She sent me 5 balls of this yarn smith. It's called Create Baby Double Knitting. I think it's Wool Warehouse's yarn. It's lovely to knit with. It's lovely and soft as well for a baby. That's what I like about it. So I'm going to do some little ones with those balls. But I have been doing some others. I started this little sweater. I wasn't sure whether I would have enough for this, so I did a back. This is the sweater, not a cardigan, it's a sweater, this one. I have done the back, and I've done one of the sleeves, and I've got that's what tells me whether I have enough, especially with the sweater, whether I'm going to have enough to do the whole thing. I've done the back and one of the sleeves, and I have a little bit left over from the ball. This is one ball, 100-gram ball I took for these. I have a little bit left over, and I know when I come to do the front, I have to do the front and another sleeve, and I do have another ball for that, which I haven't broke into. And there's going to be a little bit extra, because where you do the shaping for the neck here, the other one comes straight across there. Well, you have that little bit extra there, and that'll be with the little bit that's left over from this and that's enough for the neck. So I know I'm going to have enough. So I've just put that one down for a little while. It's no rush, it's just for to go on my shop. So that's going to be that one finished as well. And then this one, I was really annoyed about this. I will have to finish. I'm nearly up to the armhole on this, but when I finish the piece, I'm going to do the tutorial for the pocket and show how you sort the pocket out and that for it. But I could kick myself doing this one, because the pattern, with this being a dark brown, I intended it to be for a boy. And this one, the band is part of the rib on the bottom. You knit so far and put it on a pin, and then you just knit the rest up. And I followed the pattern, but the pattern is for a girl. So there's no buttonhole. This is the left side, so there should be a buttonhole down there. So I'm going to have to make it for a girl now. But girls do wear dark colours as well as boys, so. But then I could kick myself because I am not pulling that out to change it. It is quite, it's not difficult, but it is trying to remember what stitch you do with, because it has a line, a knitting line and a purl line before you start the cable. And sometimes when you come to do the moss stitch after those stitches, sometimes you get 2 knit stitches together or 2 purl stitches together, and sometimes they get mixed up with them, and I've had to pull rows out as many times to put that right. So there's no way I'm pulling this out. It's going to be the way it is. So I'm just putting that one down for a minute, because when I get annoyed I make more mistakes. So I've just left that one for a little while till I do some of these little baby ones. And I was at my bingo last night and I won £50. And my friend, she says, we always share, you know, so I got £25 each. And she always saying to me, she says, why is it you always win? She says, if I ever win, it's just a little £5 line or something like that. And I'm saying, Anne, we go into a queue to pick our books up, to buy the books and that for the game. And I says, you're either in front of me or behind me, so it doesn't make any difference who wins. One of us is going to get the book with the winning numbers on. But she doesn't get it like that. She's just annoyed because it's never her that shouts for the to win. But another thing, I'm sitting here. I'm not sure whether it's just a very bad cold I've got or whether I've got COVID. But I didn't feel, when I was all right last night, I went to the bingo, and it was on my way home I started feeling a little bit sickly, and I'm glad there was no diversions coming back, because I only just got in the house in time and had to run upstairs and I spewed my guts out, and that was the start of it. And I woke up in the middle of the night and it was like I was in the middle of the change of life. The sweat was pouring off me, and I did take I have got a thermometer thing. I didn't think my temperature, and it was only 96, so it didn't have a high temperature. But this morning I got a blinding headache. I've got a sore throat. My throat is just clogged with phlegm. I can't. Nothing seems to come up when I'm coughing. I'm not going to take a test because I've either got it or I haven't got it. And just on the off chance that I might have it, I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm staying in. I'm not going to see anybody, because I think, from what I've read, I've looked it up on the internet and that, and it says you've got to stay away more or less from everybody for 5 days if you test positive. And I think I would test positive if I did have it today. So I think I'll just stay away from everybody for a week, because I have no way of getting a test anyway, because you have to get them from chemists or something like that, and I'm not going out to get anything, and my granddaughter's at work and they kind of expect other people to go and run around for me like that. So, but I have been, you know, these lozenges, I've had a couple of those, and you know you're supposed to just let them melt in your mouth. Have you ever tried to let one of these things melt in your mouth? You can't help but suck them, so they don't last as long as they should in your mouth. But I suppose there's something in them. You're only supposed to take so many of them, like. But I am, I'm choking on phlegm and that here. I think it's probably just a really bad cold that I've got. But I have been very cold. I tried putting the heating on my house today, but putting the heating on, it was just too hot. I was just sweating all the time, but my hands were cold and that. And you know, in this house, the council changed our heating a few years ago. We had a lovely gas fire. The radiators didn't need changing, but there was nothing wrong with the gas fire. So they gave us a pamphlet to look at all the fires they could put in, and we had to pick which were the fire surround and the I'm not going to turn my tablet around to show you. You've probably seen pictures of it before when I've done other videos. We had to pick the surround and the type of fire, and I thought it was getting, you know, those modern ones with coal things where the gas thing come. And anyway, they come in the house and they changed all the radiators and they put the fire in. And I said to the fellow, well, where's the gas thing on it? He said, oh, it's not gas, it's electric. I says, you what? It's electric fire? I says, well, I don't want an electric fire, I want a gas one. He says, oh, well, I'm sorry. He says, but council don't put gas ones in anymore because they don't have to service these ones. And you know, it's next to useless. You've got to be, it's a convector, one of those convector things. You've got to be standing on top of it to get the heat off it. And I have had trouble with the heating when they first put it in. It kept going off. There was it turned out there was a leak somewhere, and that was why it was kept going off. They sorted that out. But I had to use that fire in the winter sometimes, and you know, I just couldn't get warm. But I found something that is keeping me warm. I don't need that fire or the central heating, and I'm going to show you. It's this. It's a heating pad. I forgot I had this because I'd done my back in about 6 years ago, I think it was. And I got this I had it on the back of the settee and just leaned against it till my back was back to normal again. I had put it somewhere. I had to hunt everywhere in my house, pull everything out the cupboards and all that to find it. And it's lovely. I just sit it on my knee here, and it has a control. It's got 3 settings on it, and you just change it. You can change it down to 1, to 2, and then 1, or switch it off altogether. And it has a temperature control. It goes up to a certain temperature and then it cuts out. It's like a safety thing. But if that happens, you just turn this up and down like that, and it comes back on again. And it lasts for, I think it goes on about, maybe it's about an hour or something before that happens, before it switches off and that. And I've been using that the last couple of days, and it's lovely. Just put it on my knee, and it keeps my knee, and I've got my hands on here. My hands are lovely and warm. So I've got something, you know, when we're heating, it's going to cost us a fortune when all these extra prices start going on. This will be very handy, because it has been a bit chilly the last couple of nights here in the northeast on the night time. But I think it was still a bit warm today because the sun was shining through into the living room, and that was why I think the heating was just making me sweat and that. But anyway, that's handy. I like that. I just put with my hands, because my hands were cold as well. I was just putting my hands on. I was putting on the palms of my hand and then turning them over. And sometimes before I used this, I was making myself a cup of tea or coffee so I could put my hand around the cup to warm them up. But anyway, I'm getting on with this. I'm supposed to be going out tomorrow night with my friend, and I'm going to message her. I'm just going to tell her I'm not going. I can't go because of what I might have or what I don't know what I've got. And she'll be all full of excuses. Oh, you're all right, man. You're all right, man. That's the way she is. But I'm going to tell her I'm not going. And I won't be going to my granddaughter's until, you know, I know it's safe. But if I have got COVID, the only people I've actually seen are my great grandkids. I haven't seen my granddaughter, but I've seen the 3 boys and my granddaughter's partner, Craig. This is before I started getting any symptoms, and I'm thinking the kids are all back at school, and I think the COVID was rife in the schools and that, and I think maybe that's where I'm getting it from, one of the kids, where they probably have no symptoms whatsoever, which the kids don't seem to affect them. So if I have got it, I think that's probably where I've got it from. So I will be staying away anyway until probably, I'm supposed to go again on Sunday and Wednesday, so I'll probably wait until the next Sunday before I go. I'll have to miss them for a few days and see whether I get to bingo next Thursday or not. I don't know, I will see. But anyway, I'm doing what I can of these little ones in the meantime. I've got nothing else to do anyway, and I'm okay for food and everything because I did my shopping on Wednesday. That was the only other time I could have caught it anyway. I was going out shopping, and I've got plenty of stuff in. I've got plenty of food stuff, milk. I always buy cartons of milk in case I run out of fresh milk, and got plenty of things like that. I don't need to worry about food or anything. All I need to worry about is this this phlegm that keeps choking me. I think I do what you used to do, your mothers and that used to make you do, put your head over a basin with hot water in with a towel over to used to clear your nose and that. That's another thing, I've got a runny nose as well. I'm just sick as a chip. So I'm going to do a bit more knitting, and that's my little bit for today. So you're sick of me moaning and groaning now anyway, so thumbs up and subscribe. Bye for now.